Thanks for that, Sarah. It is time for Ask the Expert with Brenda Hollingsworth. We're taking your calls today, 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Some wonderful information on personal injury. It is wonderful, as always, to welcome Brenda Hollingsworth, Richard Auger back to the set. And it's perfect timing as we get into bike accidents. I think for a lot of people, even over this weekend, it was about getting the bikes out of the garage, pumping the air, making sure the bikes are safe. But there's a lot once we get on the roads, cyclists, drivers. So what are we dealing with, Richard, when we're dealing with an accident involving a bike and a car?
Yes, unfortunately we see a lot of bike accidents in Ottawa, and we'll get calls from clients saying they've been injured in a bike accident. And one of the major things that we see as a problem that's not obvious to someone that's been injured in a bike accident is that they haven't received the other party's information. So it's not obvious necessarily as a bicycle rider that's been in an accident that you want to get the car that hit you or that you've hit. You want to get all of their information, so plate number, name of the driver, and anyone in the car. So you want to preserve that right off the bat. Often in car accidents it seems obvious, but in a bike accident you want to get that information right off the bat, and Brenda will talk about reasons for that. Even if you're not going to sue, you want to get that information. And you want to preserve the setting of the bike. If the bike has been laid on the pavement as a result of your fall or accident, don't move it, and try to have a photograph taken. If there's a bystander witness, ask them to take the photograph and email it to you with their name and information. That's a potential witness. Or if you could take the photograph, even better. But ultimately, with bike accidents, the scene is often disturbed very quickly, and you don't want to have the scene disturbed. You want to preserve it. Call the police immediately. Even if it doesn't seem like there's significant damage or injuries, call the police and seek medical attention.
You talk about them having injuries if there's not, but these are life-threatening oftentimes. If it's a bad accident, I mean, we've seen some devastating stories here in our own city.
Yeah, there's already in the month of April, there have been at least 2 very serious cycling accidents. So it's here, and every year we have tragedies. We hear about the fatalities, but there are lots of other very serious accidents that happen. But usually when it's extremely serious, you know, people do call the police, they call the ambulance, all of that. But there's a group of accidents, and this is really what we're talking about, where you are injured, you're going to need rehabilitation, you're going to be off work, fractures, that kind of thing, where people aren't calling or aren't getting information. You're sort of embarrassed and you limp off home and you don't get the driver's information. I mean, we have 2 friends that did that exact thing, and then they looked at us and said, we're idiots, right? We're like, yep. And it's not necessarily because you're going to sue, as Rich says. Often you're not, because often the injuries aren't that serious. But if you're hit by a car, you have a claim for accident benefits, right? We talk about accident benefits all the time. Even if your car is parked in your driveway, you've got a claim for accident benefits if you're hit by a car on a bike or as a pedestrian too. And if you don't have car insurance, lots of cyclists choose to, use the bus in the winter and cycle during the spring, then you need that car to get your accident benefits from that person's car insurance. That's how it works. So if you let them drive off and then you realize you're mostly okay, but you need physio for your shoulder, where are you going to get that physio? You're going to be paying out of pocket, or if you're lucky enough to have workplace benefits. But, it's really, really important, and people make that mistake all the time.
We're going to try to get it so that you're not making any mistakes. God forbid something does happen, and so we want to hear your questions. We've got lots of tips coming your way, and especially a suggestion to head to their website, because there's a ton more information available there. We continue with our Ask the Expert segment after the break, 789-6559, extension 2803. Email, Facebook. We're looking for your questions. We're back with more after this.